We've reached that time of year when herbicide application starts to slow down, so we decided that it would be a good idea to talk about herbicide mixing going into the spring. So Misha, there's a specific order that producers need to think about when they start mixing herbicide.
Yeah, we just put out a fact sheet, kind of an updated version on a guideline that is something that helps to follow when you're just not sure and you have different products, herbicides, adjuvants that are going into your tank.
Why do producers need to think about that? What's some kind of the implications that would happen if you did just start mixing things in?
Yeah, two major concerns when we think about challenges. One, we can have interaction of some molecules, form precipitates in the tank, clog lines, potentially ruin spray equipment. So protecting our equipment and that investment. And then also we can have molecules, different herbicides, adjuvants interact in a way that creates complexes that the weeds don't really like. So we don't get as good as a kill. So equipment and then making sure we kill the weeds we want to kill.
So not all herbicides are the same and they all have different, specific instructions when it comes to mixing. Talk a little bit about that and what producers need to keep in mind.
Yeah. So when you look at a herbicide label, you're going to see active ingredients. Those active ingredients are what has toxicity to our weeds. They're formulated in a fashion that allows us as applicators to disperse them uniformly on plants and also to store them on shelves and that they don't decay. And so every herbicide has a different formulation and that's kind of what the guide outlines. If you have this kind of formulation, this is the timing that you should add it.
And you actually have a fact sheet out right now to kind of walk people through whenever they're just kind of a general guideline of mixtures. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the acronym, I guess kind of the traditional acronym has been WALES, W-A-L-E-S, and we've updated it a little bit to, I guess it would be a WAMLs, which I don't know, doesn't sound very catchy, but that's the order. So we have, if you're adding ammonium sulfate, that will go in first. If you're adding any kind of water dispersible products, those go in, that's the W. A is for agitation. The M is for anything that's micro-encapsulated. Then we add in our liquids, and then we end with surfactants.
Now, should producers always follow this guideline specifically, or are there different ways that they can go about doing that?
So it is a guide, so it won't answer every question we have. My number one recommendation would be to look to the herbicide label. Some herbicide labels will outline mixing order in an even more specific manner than we do in this guide. So herbicide label first. If there aren't much on the label to look to, then this can serve as a guide to use.
So it's just always best to follow instructions.
Absolutely. Read the label.
All right. Thank you, Misha. If you would like a link to that fact sheet, go to our website, sunup.okstate.edu.